It's a great day, my amazing CEOs. Welcome to the CEO Sales Huddle. It is an honor and a privilege to serve you. Thanks for allowing us to be in your home, especially during these very challenging times. You know, every morning we like to get started the exact same way. And first, let me say that this will be a good use of your time. We don't take it lightly that we're streaming right now, maybe on your iPhone, maybe as you're watching right now, we're on your iPad, maybe right now we're on your television, by the way. If you're on demand, thanks so much. We appreciate you. My promise to you is that this conversation will be a good use of your time. And every morning we get started the exact same way. The way I like to get started every single morning is with an old philosophy that is so true, and that is success leaves clues. And so we're going to talk about a business case, another CEO that had to go through a challenge, that had to go through something in their business, and how were they able to resolve it? And then what's the big takeaway that you can use as well in your business? So let's get started, as we do it all the time, with the business case. So back in the 1940s, Nikon decided to enter into the photography market. Now, this was a tough move because they had never made cameras before, just lenses. So a shift was taking place. They had to shift gears. Now, they launched the first camera. It was the Nikon 1. It was in 1948. And even though it was a good start, they faced a lot of competition. Then in 1959, they struck gold. They introduced the Nikon F and then the SLR camera, and it became a favorite among professionals. Did you know that NASA, that's right, that goes in space, even used Nikon cameras for space missions? Yep. Achieving reliability and high performance was a game changer for Nikon. So how did Nikon succeed? By adapting and innovating. They didn't just stick to making lenses forever. They embraced change. They embraced the opportunity. They made new products to meet the demands of their existing clients. For example, when the world transitioned just from film to digital, Nikon introduced the first ever, the D1, their first digital SLR camera. It wasn't just about having lots of features. It wasn't just a lot about what the product could do. It was something that their ideal clients really needed. So this is key for you, the CEO that's watching right now. Having a sales strategy, a sales message, a sales positioning as part of your sales funnel should be flexible and focus entirely on the customer's needs. Launching products like Nikon D3 and the modern Z series mirrorless camera shows Nikon's commitment not only to innovation, but to solving the problem. See, here's the point I want you to hear. It's not just about being the first. It's about being the best for your clients. So my big takeaway for you as a CEO right now is really twofold. Number one, embrace technology. Just embrace it like you've never embraced technology before. And number two, go into markets with a clear sales strategy, a clear sales message that aligns specifically with your client's needs. See, this approach is not just about growing revenue. It's also about impacting lives and making a difference for companies all over the world. You do that, and you will see your sales go up, 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 and away. With that being said, my name, by the way, again, is Shay Brown, host of the CEO Sales Huddle. It is an honor and a privilege to serve you. Thanks for having us be a part of your in your home this morning, allowing us to broadcast and you to be a part of this very special huddle that we do for one reason and one reason only, and that is to help your business grow, by the way. So I like to get started every single morning with a simple phrase. And it's so simple, but it's so powerful. And that phrase is focus on sales. Go ahead and jot that down in your notes. Focus on sales. Like, I want you to have that down in your notes. I want that to be top of mind to you, that you focus on sales. You might be saying, Shane, why? Because sales is the oxygen for every great business in history. So without sales, there's always more money going out than there is coming in. The point that I want to make to you about sales is that sales, at the end of the day, is really serious business. Why? Because if you can't focus on sales, you can't be in business. Oh, how true is that? And then every morning as a CEO, we like to step back and say, okay, We got that. We understand it. We're embracing it, Shay. I'm all in. Now the question is, as a CEO, what is your responsibility to the sales department? And your responsibility to the sales department is you got to help the sales department learn, you got to help them earn, and you got to return. In fact, that is our mantra. While we're providing the sales people, yes, I got it. While we're providing the sales resources, I got it. And while we're providing the sales process, I understand it. We also, as a CEO, we've got to learn, earn, and return. So go ahead and jot this down in your notes. I have to learn something new in order to earn new revenue from existing clients, in order to get new and old clients to return. So I must learn, I must earn, and I must what? Return. Oh, how true is that, by the way? And then we shift to the other side. We say, Shay, why do we get together? What are the objectives of this every single morning? We've got 3 objectives. Number 1 is about sales progress. You show up and you see your sales start going up. You show up and you implement it and you say, okay, I've got some roadblocks, I've got some hurdles, but I can look at what other people have done because success leaves clues. We just did a case study this morning and I can do exactly what they just did. And then at the end of the day, I can master the 5 sales pillars that every CEO must know and understand in order to be successful. Sales pillar number 1, you must have a one-page CEO sales plan. If you don't have one, go to ceosalesplan.com. Number 2, I must understand my sales cycle, my sales message, and I must adopt and embrace the CEO sales dashboard. Now, that's something we're going to get into shortly. I love getting into the CEO sales dashboard because it was created. We do a whole segment on it. We'll get to that in a moment. For one reason, that was to help you, and you got to look at your sales team. Now, for those folks that are tuning in and you're watching, and we haven't had a chance to connect. You can see me, but I can't see you. I'm going to ask you to go over to look right below the video right now. Look right below the video and just put a hashtag I'm here. Now, we get together every morning. I like to say hashtag I'm here. I like to see you. You can see me. I get a chance to see you. We get a chance to connect. And I get a chance to see what you're up to, which I think is really, really cool, by the way. And then you get to go to the other side. And on the other side, I want you, for those folks that can't connect right now, because whatever platform you're on, maybe you can't do that right now. I want you to go right now, and I want you to go to @IamCheBrown. Let's just connect. Just type in @IamCheBrown. And once you connect, I am Che Brown. That's me on social media. I get a chance to connect with you. I get a chance to see what you're up to. You get a chance to see what I'm up to, by the way. Isn't that so cool? And that's something that we all can do, by the way. It's a great way to connect. I love to see what you're up to. So thank you so much for watching on Apple TV or Roku, or if you're on demand right now, maybe on Apple, we appreciate you, or Amazon Fire. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you got the podcast in your ears right now, thank you, by the way. I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. The entire team here at the CEO Sales Huddle, we appreciate you, by the way. And as we move forward, by the way, one of the segments I love to get into, because the question comes up often, is what's the mission, goals, and objectives of the CEO Sales Huddle? And CEO Sales Huddle is a place where CEOs gather to understand how to sell more faster. And isn't that so true, by the way? Isn't that what this is all about? Selling more faster. So we understand you know how to sell, but let's talk about our big why. Because our big why is really about 3 areas. And as a CEO, you get up every single day in this year focus: sales growth, sales accountability, and sales consistency. And that's one of the challenges that a number of folks face every single day is how do they be consistent on a daily basis, by the way? Not you, by the way. You're in this conversation. You're here. Why? Because we only ask for 15 minutes a day. So you think about it, it's 1,440 minutes in every day. We're only asking for 15 minutes a day for you to tune in. So 1% of your day, you're focused. You're laser focused on one thing, and that is the outcome. And our number one outcome above everything else that you show up for is revenue focus. Shouldn't be a surprise, shouldn't be anything new, but man, does that feel good? Our number one outcome when you show up every single day for you as the CEO is to earn an extra $100,000 plus a month over and beyond whatever you're earning today of consistent, predictable, reliable revenue. Man, that sounds pretty cool, doesn't it? Like you show up. You show up for 1% of your day as the CEO, and you're focused on the one area, your sales department, the one area that generates revenue, your sales department, the one area where there is no cost associated to it, your sales department, that generates revenue. And doesn't that feel good as a CEO? That now you're allocating the resources into your sales department. You're allocating the people into your sales department. And in the day, you're really allocating. You think about this. This is so true. It's not any hyperbole here. It's so true. You're really allocating the processes. that go into your sales department. And so for those folks that are tuning in every single morning, one of the things we like to say, and the question comes up every single day, say, well, how do I get to $100,000 a month? Like seriously, of consistent, predictable, reliable revenue. And that was a question that came up over and over again. So one of the things we did many years ago for our clients is we created the CEO Sales Dashboard. Now, the CEO Sales Dashboard has evolved, but today it's a one-page Excel sheet. And that CEO Sales Dashboard allows you to see all of the indicators that you need in order to manage in your business, by the way. If you're watching right now and you're tuned in right now and you're laser focused, you know that there's 5 key metrics that you need to really manage. Now, we have a philosophy. What gets measured gets managed. What gets managed gets better. What a philosophy for your sales department. Doesn't that sound kind of cool? So you as a CEO, you don't have to come up with the philosophy. You just got to give the sales department the resources. You just have to give the sales department the processes. You have to, as a CEO, make the decision. So there's 5 key metrics as a CEO that you got to measure: leads, appointments, offers, deals, and repeat business. Now this has to feel good. There's only 5. Not 10, not 7, not 11, not 20, but 5. Let's take a deep dive in this. We create the CEO Sales Dashboard. You can go to www.CEO Sales Dashboard right now, and you can download it. There is no cost. There's no fee. There's no check. There's no credit card. Just go, head on over there right now. Now, once you do, you're going to see an Excel sheet. The Excel sheet is going to look something just like this, by the way. And once you do that, it'll pull up, it'll look something like this, and you'll scroll down. Now, go all the way across the top, and you'll see today's date. Now, once you find today's date, I want you to come down, and I want you to look at the left-hand side. There's leads, there's appointments. You can go ahead and plug in, like, how many appointments did your sales department set yesterday? How many appointments did your sales department run yesterday? As you're scrolling down, by the way, what you can do, you can look at deals, repeat business, and you can look at, well, let's just go do a deep dive in one area. Let's go do a deep dive, let's say, in leads. And you were measuring, you're going to manage. So you're going to adopt the philosophy: what gets measured gets managed, what gets managed gets better. You can say, well, how many leads came into my sales department yesterday? Got it, Shay. How many were engaged in the sales department yesterday? Got it, Shay. How many leads came from referrals or repeat business? You see, we do understand this. What gets measured gets managed. What gets managed gets better. And so now you're going to jump in there and you're going to measure. You're going to manage. You're going to make sure that each of those that come in there are exactly where they should be, which makes a lot of sense. So then we move into, well, let's take a look and see, what are we most proud of, by the way, in our sales department? Now, I want you to think for a second. You look at your sales department and you think, what am I most proud of? Like, of everything that's going on right now in the sales department, what am I most proud of? Powerful people ask powerful questions. Why? Because questions their focus. And in this life, you get exactly what you focus on. So we're going to ask ourselves 3 questions. Number 1, what are you most proud of in the sales department? Number 2, what was your biggest accomplishment in the sales department? And number 3, what's the one thing you want to brag about? Like, you want to pop on here right now and you can't wait to brag. See, this is not a beat me up session. Anytime we get together for the CEO Sales Huddle CEOs, we're not here to beat ourselves up. We're here to get better. We're here to do it easier, faster, with less effort. And we understand that we have to provide the resources to the sales department. We got to provide to our sales department. Your sales department got to provide the sales people and the sales processes. But then we're not going to stop there. Powerful people ask powerful questions. Why? Because questions their focus. And in this life, you get what you focus on. So we don't just look at everything as rainbow, cupcakes, and unicorns. Step back for a moment. I want you to take a look at just yesterday. Where we are in this month right now. What was your biggest roadblock yesterday in the sales department? What's preventing you to moving forward today in the sales department? You see, powerful people ask powerful questions. Why? Because questions their focus. And in this life, you get exactly what you focus on. So I want you now to pause for a moment and say, what's the one thing you can do? It's up to you, not anyone else. It's up to you. You as the CEO. You make the decision. You allocate the resources as a CEO. You allocate the sales processes as a CEO to your sales department. At the end of the day, you as the CEO focus on sales for your sales department. See, isn't that incredible? Isn't that amazing? My message of the day is going to be consistent. Today, the message of the day is focus on sales. Today, the message of the day is focus on sales. I know I said that before. The message of the day is focus on sales. The big reason is if you can't focus on sales, you can't be in business. With that being said, by the way, my name is Shay Brown, host of the CEO Sales Huddle. It is an honor and a privilege to serve you, and I'm looking forward to seeing you on the other side. God bless. Keep doing God's work. Peace. We out of here. Bye-bye for now.